China and Russia investing in the lithium projects in Bolivia. That is what everybody is talking about. And the close economic ties that Latin American countries are having with China.
60% of the world's lithium reserves, depending on what study you believe, are in a triangle in South America between Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. And lithium batteries are being completely dominated by China. Just as this century we have seen that China is the number one buyer for South American commodities, they are clearly positioned as the dominating power on EVs, and that is not going to change. If you drive around, when you're driving around Delhi, you hear the noise, you see the motorcycles making noise, the cars making noise. When you drive in Hangzhou, Guangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai, it's all quiet. A lot of lithium batteries, green license plates, everything on 2 and 3 wheels is with EVs. And to make a lithium battery, you need, it's like a tennis match, you need on one side, one racket with cobalt, nickel, manganese, the other side graphite, and the lithium is the balls that go back and forth. Everything that I just mentioned, China is refining between 60+% to 90+% of everything that goes into a lithium battery. And whether that becomes iron phosphate or sodium later, they're still dominating. So chances are the relationship is going to be even stronger. Noah was mentioning trade restrictions. Yeah, they are. But you make the rules, and here comes the workaround. You will see an onslaught of investment of Chinese, BYDs, XPeng, Neon, Catel, the EV, going to Mexico, taking advantage of the free trade with Americans. So now we'll see what the reaction is, because they're supposed to have a free trade agreement with Mexico. And German manufacturers are there, and French manufacturers are there, and will there be an exception for China? We'll see. But in a nutshell, yes, China certainly is slowing down. We have not yet felt it in what we sell, energy, food and minerals, and in lithium. It is very positive that China is speeding up the adoption of EVs, but it's also worrisome that one country can be the sole buyer of the lithium that we make up ahead. So I hope India, that has more people now, gets going, gets the EV adoption, and gets its transformation underway on the new clean economy as well.
Is that a topic of conversation among policymakers in your country about this dependence on one country buying and processing it?
I would tell you probably not to the detail, because it's surprising. Up until The Economist came out with the cover of the Chinese EVs raining down on the world, it took me a while to try to explain to people in my part of the world that, because they think lithium batteries, they think Tesla. And here, Mr. Free Market Elon Musk is just asking for tariffs on Chinese cars because the onslaught is coming. So we haven't adopted them domestically. So they think of Tesla and Elon Musk, and they don't realize that BYD sold more EVs last quarter of last year, EVs, not hybrids, not gas-fired, than Tesla. And that change is going to keep coming. And if you drive around China, you see the dramatic transformation. Whatever you may think, and I'm the last person who will be confused with a communist, but you have to admit and recognize the effectiveness on the delivery when the China state decides to change the cars to EVs with the green license plates and less contamination and less noise. They are delivering on that. So it's certainly something very dramatic that I will tell you in my part of the world is still not yet being discussed, and the domination of China in this sector, which should be of long-term concern, is not yet on the discussion.
Click here to watch the full episode.